at this stand in a neighborhood party.
Right on. Welcome to Thoughts Off the Stem. I'm Justin Barone, and today we're smoking something new in the student glass, something I haven't had yet. We're going to go for flip number 2. And a little half flip just to start the show right, baby. So today in the student glass, we're smoking Endgame's Pineapple OG Shatter. It's 77% THC with very little CBD, if any. I don't know if it's an indica or sativa because I got it as like a tester, you know, to see if I liked it. Yeah, so we're smoking that. We'll see what happens with it. That's the first time I've tried it, so I have no fucking clue, baby. We're in for a ride. But thank you for joining me, Justin Barone, your friendly neighborhood pothead, on Friday at 4:20 to start your weekend off right. I had a couple instances recently that made me think about the mentality of people. So I thought I would talk to you about some of the dumbest shit I've seen as a manager at a retail shop. Forget that it's a weed shop or anything like that. I have a question to all the dudes this week about why we're so fucking dumb. Okay? So where does it start? It starts here. So the other day I was at work and I'm serving customers, whatever, and this one dude, after like a 5-second conversation, basically, all he did was ask me to grab something. I mean, I may have been talking to other customers too, so we probably had like a 2-minute interaction, right? And as we're sort of closing out this interaction, the guy goes, "Oh, do you have a brother named," I think it was like Matt or Mike? And I go, "No." But it's not the first time that that's been asked of me. A few people have, apparently I have a doppelganger named Matt in town. That apparently I remind a lot of people of, or whatever, I don't know. But I definitely don't have a brother. I definitely don't have a brother that lives in town, at least that I know of. Apparently we look similar, we sound similar, and our personalities are the same. How do you know if someone's personality is the fucking same after only meeting them for 2 seconds? Like, I'm a pretty good judge of character and pretty good read on people, but like, it takes a little longer than a couple minutes and like 4 sentences and one interaction. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be an extended period of time. So yeah, so this guy goes, "Oh, do you have a brother named Matt?" I go, "No." He goes, "Really? Because like, you look just like this guy. You sound just like him. You act just like him. Your personalities are the same." And I go, "Our personalities, eh?" And he goes, "Yeah, your personalities are the same." I go, "That's a pretty big judgment." Like, I don't know. I don't hold back when I talk to people. So I was kind of surprised, that he was taken back by it, because like, that's judging somebody. I'm not saying it's a negative thing. Like, it's just a judgment call. You met me for 3 sentences and all of a sudden I'm exactly like your buddy Matt? Probably not. You probably need to get to know me a little more than that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe our demeanor was the same. But like, dudes do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes that come into the store have this like sense of, I could just do and say whatever the fuck I want, which is kind of ridiculous because the shit that these guys say is just kind of stupid. Like, I don't know if I should say this. Okay, so there's this one customer that keeps coming back. They're loud as fuck. Like, just the loudest. And there's different levels, you know? Everybody's got their certain sensitivities and their certain demeanor and whatnot. But, like, there's one customer, they come in, every time they come in, they're, like, super boisterous, super loud, getting in everybody's fucking business. Like, I understand if somebody says, "Oh, I smoked this strain and it was really good and I really liked it," and blah, 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 and they start explaining it, and then you kind of lean over and go, "Oh, that's kind of cool. Can you tell me a little more about it?" I get that. But, like, This customer interjects in everybody's fucking conversation as if he is like the end all be all of like weed, you know? And quite honestly, dude doesn't know that much about weed, man. Not as much as he thinks he knows. And he tries to like really buddy to you. And I understand when you frequent a shop or like an establishment, you kind of get a rapport going. In my opinion, my rapport with that person has never been overly cordial. You know, I've been nice because I'm doing customer service and I have to be nice. But I'm very like pointed. You know, anytime I'm asked by this person whether or not we have something new, my answer is always no, because I don't want to deal with them. They're just so loud, so in your face, and like they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And it's exhausting having that conversation. But yeah, like I don't understand where, like when I come into a new circumstance or circle or situation, I kind of sit to the back. I don't say a lot. I don't interject myself into it. I don't offer up a lot of conversation. I kind of speak when spoken to. I kind of just sit back and watch and learn and see what the dynamic is and see how people react and the way that they are. And when people come in and they're just like, pow, right in it, it throws me off a little bit. Not to the point where like I'm blindsided, surprised, or like shocked by it, but it definitely puts me off the conversation. It doesn't make me want to get to know you. You know, I feel like it's a starting point that starts off too abrasively and pushes you in a direction where you feel like you're just getting smothered. You know, and I don't want to be around people that feel like they're like that make me feel like I'm being smothered by their personality. I like big personalities, but I like people that understand the overall presence. You know what I'm saying? Like I like people that are self-aware, or I shouldn't say I get along better and I have better deeper connections with people that seem to understand themselves. People that understand themselves sort of give me a better vibe, a more comfortable interaction, a more like, hey, let's kind of find out more about this person. But somebody that doesn't get that when they come into a room and the room stops and looks at them, and they don't understand that the whole room's like, what the fuck? Where'd this guy come from? You know, that's the kind of thing that throws me off. But I noticed that this is kind of like a trend with dudes more than women. And it's a lot more evident in some of the interactions, or sorry, it's not, well, yeah, I guess it's more evident, but the interaction of the guy basically telling me I was just like someone else, it just reminded me of a couple scenarios with a couple workers we had that sort of like portrayed that mentality of like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I'm just here, you know? I don't know why that was funny to me. Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm getting high. This stuff is actually really good. Oh, I didn't mention either. So what we're gonna smoke today as well, and again, I don't know if it's an indica or a sativa. I'm hoping it's a sativa. Is organic pineapple for the pre-roll. Organic pineapple sour by Simply Bare Organic. The percentage is 26.8%. It's a half gram. And we're gonna smoke that for the pre-roll. Only because I forgot to tell you that earlier. So, so I thought I would tell you a couple stories and try to, like, because realistically, I'm just trying to understand what the thought process is behind some of this shit and the way that these people act, and why does it seem to be dudes that do this shit. So, okay, we had this one employee, and he was not very well liked. He was very in your face about his whole personality, and you could tell that it was kind of like what do you call it? It was like a overcompensation for how he probably really felt about probably himself, and how he wanted people to view him. So like he tried really hard to get people to like him, which I think if you know, like if you're even remotely socially aware, you know that like as soon as you start trying to get in with something, it doesn't really work because it comes across superficial and stupid, right? So this guy, and this is the other thing, guys that do these things tend to do out of the box shit that you're just like, why would you even think of doing that? You know what I'm saying? So in this first scenario with this guy that really tried way too hard, he decided that what he was going to do was he was going to show one of his coworkers a naked picture of, I'm guessing maybe the person that he was dating. I don't know. Or a friend. Maybe that's what it was. And when it was unveiled to us that this had happened, all I could think to myself is, why would this guy show this coworker specifically this coworker? There's not a chance in fucking hell I would ever think would want to see something like that, would ask to see something like that, would be okay with seeing something like that. And this guy's thought was, no, check it out. Now, my question is, when you do something like that, are you doing that because you want approval from that other person? But like, that other person doesn't necessarily like the same shit that you like. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you gain from that? Like, hey, look at the dude or lady I'm fucking. Check this out. She's gonna send a naked picture. I don't want to see it. No, but let me show it to you. But I don't want to see it. No, it's okay. I texted her. She said she said it was okay. But I don't want to see it. Flap right in your face with the phone. Here, look. Oh, what are you thinking, dude? Why would you do that? I couldn't believe that, dude. And then because I personally had to have some conversations with this person, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't really know, but like to me it's unfortunate because I like to have fun. I don't like to get in the middle of shit. I don't like to have to fucking be a grown up. I don't have to like to parent people around me. Like, I just want to have a good time, enjoy my life, and everybody do their shit respectfully, right? And so this dude, I had to have coaching sessions with him to try and get him to do shit right. I have never had anybody sit across from me, and when you're trying to tell them, hey, look, you did these things wrong, and this is how you fix it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they just sit with their head all squished in, and they just, yes, I do. You know, like all of a sudden they get this air of like, I know, to them, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? This same dude twerked in front of me, and he thought it was funny. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes it is funny, but not from somebody that you don't really want to have that kind of interaction with, you know? And then his personality just gets louder and louder and more in your face until like you almost like you can't get away from it, and then you have to go, look, stop, just fucking move, dude. You know, like when he started twerking in front of me, he thought it was like this, I guess, cute little thing. I don't know. And he's like, haha, see? And I'm like, don't ever fucking do that again. Don't do that again in front of me. Just, that's not a thing you do in front of Justin, okay? That's enough of that shit. And, it didn't even faze him that, number one, he might have done something inappropriate. Number two, it was done at the workplace in the middle of me trying to like sell something to someone. Like how stupid can you be? Like you want so badly to be the center of attention or to be the guy that has the idea that like you have to stop. Twerk in front of your boss, dude. Like, I'm not even, I like women. Okay. If this guy was thinking like, oh yeah, I'll get his attention, you didn't. All that happened was I go, okay, this guy's a fucking dummy. Next, you know? And then like you become an out of my mind situation. I find that's kind of the same with these dudes that come in off the street and like they just start like telling you shit. They're like aggressive, abrasive. They don't listen to you. That's the other thing. They start asking you a billion questions, and then they don't actually listen to your answer. And they just keep telling you what they know. Like, they're not actually engaged in the conversation. They're just sitting there basically spouting off what they know so that they could show you what they know. And I'm assuming in some cases that it's so that they can like one up you, like show you in some way that, or at least make it feel like to them that they've showed you in some way that you're better than them. Like, how fucked up is that? That's so fucked up. I look at everybody equally. Like, you have to earn my respect, you have to gain my friendship, and you have to like expect that whatever your work ethic is, because generally, like, I'm meeting at the age that I'm meeting people at work. Like, that's how I meet new people. It's not necessarily like out and about in my personal life because I'm with my kids, right? And so like when you meet these people at work, like you just sit there thinking like, how far has this got you? Because over time they'll start telling you their story. And a lot of times the guys that are coming in all in your face are the guys that are in their 40s, late, or like, let's say, I don't know, mid 30s to like mid 40s. Okay. They're in mid 30s to mid 40s. They live alone in an apartment. Okay. And they have some kind of like bullshit job. I say that and I understand that I have kind of a bullshit job. Okay. But, I have friends. I have a social life. The people that I'm around, I believe, because of how they are around me, generally like me. I try to be accepting of everybody, and I don't really discount anyone. I don't try to make myself look bigger or better than anybody else. I try to bring people up. I try to teach people what I know. I try to positively affect whatever it is they're doing and hopefully give good advice. These guys come in and they just fucking tell you everything they know, why they fucking know it, how they know it, who they know it from, and essentially just assume that like, no, you don't know shit, right? I don't get that. And it's definitely, like I said, it's definitely a fucking guy thing, dude. Because there was that dude that showed the naked picture, right? And then, like, that was a whole thing, obviously. And he doesn't work there anymore. And now, then we have, what was it? Then we have, before that guy, we had another guy. It's always like, well, not always, but it's like, it's petty, stupid shit that these dudes get in trouble for. There was another one with, so one of the supervisors now, again, guy and girl, and in the first scenario, both were supervisors. Okay, so equal playing field. Whereas in this scenario, the guy was a supervisor and the girl was not a supervisor. And I guess, and this didn't even happen at work, but this fucking happens out and about. Buddy decides that he's gonna show this chick a dick pic. Not even of his dick, someone else's dick, okay? And like in passing, the way it was explained to me was very much like this. So-and-so saw so-and-so out in public, and so-and-so was like, hey, how's it going? So-and-so was like, hey, I'm good, how are you? And then first so-and-so was like, want to see a dick? Pow, here's the dick. And just showed a dick on his phone. And of course, that creates like crazy animosity because now this person has been shown a dick that they didn't want to see, an unsolicited dick. And I think that women get quite a few dick pics. But imagine having a dude show you, a dude who you know from work as a supervisor only, like you didn't know each other before that. This guy sees you in like the mall and is like, hey, how's it going? Check out this dick I'm gonna fuck later. Like, what? You're gonna be out of your fucking mind, dude. Like, who does that shit? Who thinks that that is an appropriate anything to fucking do? So anyway, obviously that became a big deal as well. And the weirdest fucking part of it, okay, was that in this scenario, the person, the dick pic perpetrator, okay, was disciplined by the company, and then he asked to speak to me. I'm at this point a fucking bud tender, maybe. I might have been a supervisor, but I had no weight in anything that happened in terms of disciplinary action. Like, there's nothing that I could do. And this motherfucker goes, instead of talking to the manager about what he should do next, he's like, I want to talk to Justin. Why? I'm just going to tell you fucked up big and you better rethink your life, dummy. Like, and that's what I told him. And he's like, well, what do I do? I'm like, you go home. You think about why you think it's fucking appropriate to be flashing dick pics to people that you know from work. That's fucked up. Okay? And then on top of that, then have to like say inappropriate shit at work and then feed into conversations that are inappropriate at work. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? How do you think that this gains you social status? This kind of shit doesn't gain you social status. And you have to know that in a public area like being at work at a fucking retail shop or any kind of business environment, that people are going to find out. And like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. I would never do anything like that. It wouldn't even cross my fucking mind to be like, check this shit out, man. Like, why would I show somebody a private picture that was sent to me for the purpose of my viewing and not anybody else's? And why do you think that as like I said, the dick pic perpetrator or the tit pic perpetrator in the first story, like, why do you think that even if the person said sure, like, would you not feel weird? Like, if somebody sent me a nude picture and was like, tell your friends, I'd be like, no. Like, why am I saying or doing anything with this? This is not my responsibility. Fuck off, okay? I just don't get it. And then there's yeah, I don't know why you would do that. And then, of course, for both these guys, like, obviously work fell apart and, you know, they both don't work there. But then I've also noticed that, like, there's, like, petty little things that guys won't do. Like, guys will do really stupid shit, like show dick pics and tit pics of people they're fucking. But they'll also, like, die on a stupid part of the job that's, like, pretty much inconsequential, and then cause a ruckus to the point where they get in trouble, and then they get frustrated and focused in on that trouble, whereas you could just do the fucking job and shut the fuck up like everybody else does it. It's not a big deal. You know what it is? It's fucking mopping. It's mopping the store, dude. I have no problem mopping. I have no problem sweeping. I have no problem in keeping places tidy. So why do so many guys want to live and die on the mark at this job specifically for some reason, where they shouldn't have to mop the fucking floor? You know how much time it takes to mop our floor? Like, maybe 15 minutes. It's not a big place, man. Okay? And, like, all you got to do is, like, one quick sweep with a nice wide broom and, like, one of those, like, broom-style mop head things. Boop, boop, boop. Sweep that up. Boom. All done, right? Then you go and you mop it. So the total job's probably about, 25 minutes max. And more often than not, dudes, when they're asked to do that job, will be like, why? I don't want to. Why not? Like, you don't... How... I don't know. But, like, there's a few things in life to me that are, like, really soothing. And, like, cutting the grass. Fucking so soothing. Sit, just walk, push a lawnmower. You're cutting nice, new, green patterns and lines into your lawn. You got your headphones on. You got fucking maybe a beer in your hand, a joint in the other one or the other. And you're just... Look at how clean and slick I made this. It's very calming, very focusing, very like, bring you back down to earth a little bit. Same thing with sweeping or vacuuming, I find. Like, it's just soothing. It soothes you. You get to focus on one thing, and it's making something clean. And you get an immediate gratification from it because you're like, I did that, and look how clean this is compared to 5 minutes ago. So, like... How do you not get a little tiny sense of, like, gratification out of that? And especially at the end of the night of work, sure, I don't want to mop a lot, but you're not mopping a warehouse floor. You're mopping, like, basically a basement. Like, not even, like a half basement. You know? If you had, like, let's say, I don't know, it's probably 600 square feet, maybe 700 square feet. This whole place. Like, it's not big. And it's a box. Like, I don't know how long it takes you to mop a box, but it doesn't take me long. Like 15 minutes max. And so many dudes, even the ones that showed the dick, were like, what the fuck? I don't want to do this. Like, how do you not want to do that job? And then how are you gonna, because every one of these guys that fight over the mopping thing, or, you know, disagree with any reason that they get in trouble, or they're getting told, like, you're not doing this right, or you got to do this, or like just getting coached in the right direction to complete tasks as professionally and exceptionally well as possible. Like, how do you not, how do you take having those discussions as being like, I'm the best? Are you the best? Because if you're constantly getting in shit and told that you're not doing something right, you're not generally the best, dude. Like, is this because these guys or people didn't really play sports, so they never had, like, any kind of real disciplinary or reflective action? Because, like, if you're bad at a sport, or you're on a team and you don't play your position, and you're not doing your job, you're very quickly notified by multiple people, you know? How clueless can you be? Is it like a sociopathic thing where you just don't give a fuck? Because that's what most people, I think, go back to. But yeah, I don't get along well with people that are fucking boisterous and try to gain, like, try to pull in direct attention to themselves just for being loud. Like, I'm pretty loud, but generally I get loud after I've had a few drinks. And then for the most part, or like I'm hyper, because order day at work, dude, I can jump off the walls real fucking easy there, for sure, and get pretty loud. But at this point, people know me. So I eased into it. And I don't understand why people don't, like, how do you not ease into getting to know people? Like, I've just never seen it work out where if you have a new person come into a group of people and try to, like, get in with that group, it has never worked out that I've seen where a really overly flamboyant, know-it-all, loud, kind of ignorant person gets accepted by the group. Unless it's a group of already loud, obnoxious, ignorant people, you know? Then in that case, they fit right in. But I've never seen it in, like, a regular... Like, when I talk about the customers that come in that are loud, like, I often think to myself, like, I feel like this person's loud, but, like, my threshold for stuff like that is not as good as it should be. And especially with dudes. And I don't know why. I don't have an explanation. And so I have to watch, like, the other customers to gauge it from them. And most other customers will give, like, some nasty look, or like a shut the fuck up, or like leave me the fuck alone kind of thing, you know? And they always, the customer that's, like, loud and whatever and, like, in your face, they always say, like, the most inappropriate shit to people, or they're just like, they're loud and in it, so it looks like they understand how to be socially to a certain extent, but then they'll interject themselves into people's conversations. And one thing I've noticed as a retail worker is that most people, when they're having a conversation, they're not interested in a third party interjecting that they don't know, you know? And it seems to be taken very abrasively. And this one guy in particular, he would come in, he would be very loud. I remember one time, so I made a mistake and I wasn't counting his grams while we were putting together all his stuff, or I miscounted his grams. I thought he had asked for an ounce and then something else, and I was like, yeah, you can't get that because of this. And he's like, no, bro, you can totally do that. It's only a half ounce. I was like, oh shit, sorry, I thought it was an ounce. And the guy, like, pats me on the back, like, I don't have that relationship with this dude. I don't have that relationship with a lot of people. There's very few people that can pat me on the back and everything's cool, okay? I'm not that guy. I'm not real touchy-feely. Like, you have to be in with me to be like that. There's time and place. This guy, he doesn't know me well enough to do that shit. So he pats me on the back, and I remember one of my coworkers standing across from me, and when the guy patted me on the back, because I'm already pissed at him for, like, just being a loud, belligerent dick, and he pats me on the back, and I stopped because, like, when I used to work concert security, if you got tapped, like, and you couldn't see it, you kind of, like, wait a second to see what was going to happen, and you kind of, like, you get stiff, you know? And so it still happens to me from time to time. With people I don't like, if you pat me, I'll go stiff, like, I'm ready to, like, I don't know, not fight, but definitely not accept the tap as, like, a cordial thing. And so he did that, and I looked at my coworker, and she's like, oh shit, she was biting. She had her finger in her mouth, and she's like, uh-oh, and bites it. I looked at her, I go, they get one. So I let it slide, but yeah, that's the kind of interaction that I had with this guy. And for him to be I would notice that he would interject with these customers and be like, yo, bro, what do you think of that one? Is it good? Is it good? Should I get that one too? Is it good? And it's like, buddy, come on. Just like pick the thing you want and then fuck off. I probably shouldn't be saying this, to be honest, but I don't know. I'm just telling you these stories because it baffles me. Like, it's not really about the person, because no matter what, I'm still cordial to the person. Okay? And I will always, like, try to be as nice as possible. I just find that as a human, there's a certain point where it's like, okay, man, it's enough. Like, you got your weed, you can go now. Like, this is not working. You're not going to pull me into being your friend or something like that. I don't know, maybe that's the key, is that all these people are, like, lonely people, so they have to, like, their principles are slightly skewed, and they have to live and die on, dumb shit. I also wonder, like, what it's like for people like that at home, Like, they're obviously lonely, so do they go home and just, like, do they ever reflect on how they were in the day and how they interacted and how the interactions went? And when they do reflect on that, are they, like, delusional about how that interaction went? Or do they just ignore it completely and assume that everything is fine and are sitting at home someday is wondering, like, why do I have no friends? Why doesn't anybody come hang out with me? Why do I only have one friend? Or do they think, like, I only need this guy? You know what I mean? It's very weird to me, because I'm a person very much so that likes to have my own space. And I like to have time to myself. And yeah, I like that. But in those moments that I have to myself, when I was younger, I spent a lot of time on my own. Just like working and, just work home for many years. And I had friends, I would see people, I had a bit of a social life, but I never, like, whenever I was home alone, I never just, like, numbed everything out. A lot of the times I would sit back, smoke some weed, maybe have a drink or two, and I would reflect on what I was doing with my life, how I was acting in life, how certain things went. That's what I thought about on a pretty regular basis. And I wonder if these guys do that, or if because I don't think they do. I think they just go home, fucking blaze up a joint or 10, and just fucking get blacked out, go to bed, and do the same shit over again, and they never learn, they never grow, they never progress. And I can't believe that so many guys go to, like, the weirdest part about the situations with the, like, showing the pictures, normally it's a dude that wants to get the girl, right? Like, is trying to impress the girl, trying to get with the girl or something like that, that shows that kind of picture or something like that. In both of these scenarios, that was never going to happen, because everybody liked different people. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it didn't match up. It was just, and then that's what it was. Every explanation after that was, well, I thought they were my friend. Do you not realize that you met this person at a job? Okay? You built a friendship at work. You don't hang out outside of work, so you're like work friends. You're not friends. And work is not the place where you go through what kind of porn you watch every night, okay? Work is a place where you're like cordial to each other. You have a few jokes about whatever work is, and then some relationships build, and those go outside of that. But in these specific scenarios, that it never went outside of that. It was always just work. So when people say to me, oh, I thought they were my friends, work friends and friends are different friends. They're not the same. Because work friends are always thinking about work first. They're not thinking about friends first. Your friends' friends will think about friends first. Okay? And then same thing with people that become friends through work. There's a transition to where they're friends now. And not everybody gets friends. Like, that's a small percentage. Okay? And I'm amazed at how many people don't understand that and think that, like, is it a schoolhouse mentality where you're thinking like, oh, like at school I was friends with everyone, kind of, I guess. So at work I'm friends with everyone. No, at work you're good with everyone, essentially. And there's very few friends that are going to come out of that. So in order to maintain yourself in a work environment, or even if you're going to visit a business, you have to, to a certain extent, follow certain rules and guidelines of how to act. I think. I don't know. All right. Since I said we were going to try this organic pineapple sour, let's try this organic pineapple sour from Simply Bare Organics. It's 26.8%. And again, like I said, I don't know if it's a sativa or an indica, so we're going to find out together. It's a 0.5 gram joint. Oh, come on. It's impossible to open. We're going to review the shit out of this. So far, I'm pretty happy with this. To be fair, I do like, there we go. I like the concept of Simply Bare. I don't buy a lot of their products. The reason that I don't buy a lot of their products is that, if I'm being honest, I don't really necessarily think that they're worth the coin. But I do appreciate them. I think they're a little more expensive. Their pre-rolls and stuff aren't too expensive, but like their ounces and whatnot are. And I haven't smoked a Simply Bare joint in a long time. So we're going to try this guy out. They're a good provider. They're craft. So they don't do it like some of the bigger companies where they're pumping out like a bajillion strains at once. They just kind of do, I don't know, like maybe 4 to 7 at a time. I don't know. But anyway, because they've been around a long time too. But yeah, let's find out if this is a fucking sativa. Because I don't know what it is. It's tasty. It tastes fresh. What's the package date on it? Let's see here. Because the package date will make a big difference. Oh shit. November 15th, 2024. So, it's only been a few weeks. That's actually really fresh. Because normally, in retail, you can get anything from, they don't generally go back a year. But you can get like stuff that's probably, I think the oldest I've seen was maybe 8 months out. So this is really fresh. But again, like I said, these ones are testers for me to try from the industry. I like the smoke. It burns nice. It lit nice. You get a good cloud from it. I'm trying to decide what kind of flavor it is. It's not a flavor. It's like let me think. It's a thicker smoke. So like each puff is very satisfying. I guess I would say it's a little bit more It's not very, like, I thought it was going to be more piney or like citrusy. It's not very citrusy. It's got a little bit of citrus to it, but nothing that's going to like throw you off, you know? It's smooth though. The ash is gray, which there's a debate about now whether that matters or not. I'm still of the belief that gray ash really does make a difference. Shows you that it's a little more pure, like after the flush and stuff. I don't know. This one's actually pretty good. I would probably buy this again, dude. I like it. It's clean. It's got a thicker smoke, like a kind of like a. What's it comparable to? You know what? It's kind of like a haze a bit. I don't know that there's any kind of haze lineage to it, but it feels like there's a haze in it. It also feels like, I bet you it's a hybrid. Because I feel it right now in my shoulders, right under my eyes, a little bit, just a little bit. But really, I feel it down the sides of my head. Like just in front of where my sideburns would be is where I feel the high creeping in from on this one. It seems like it would be a good energetic social high. Because I'm not getting it behind the eyes. Actually, I'm getting like a little bit more of a focused feeling. With a body buzz, yeah, because now it's like, it feels like the high is like curtaining down through my torso. It's good. Yeah, I would buy this again. This is a quick review because it was actually really good. I don't know what the price of these guys are. But it should be some of their newer stuff, I think. And I imagine that if it's Simply Bare, it's in a container like that. Like this is only a tester half gram. You probably get 3 half grams in it. And I would definitely buy it. I would buy it for a nice daytime weed, like a weekend weed, for doing anything. My head is so clear right now. I feel really clear right now. I haven't smoked a joint in a long time that's actually made my head feel clear. And it interacted nicely with the Pineapple OG Shatter from Endgame. Yeah, man. That's pretty good. So, the question is, would I buy that again? Yes, I would absolutely buy that again. Yeah, that's really good. So again, that's Organic Pineapple Sour, BC Organic Pineapple Sour by Simply Bare. Good. Yep, I like it. It's a nice solid smoke. It would be a good one to share with your friends because it would keep the conversation going. I imagine if I was even like remotely funny today, that it would be a fun giggle fest with this. Yeah, I like it. You know what? You know who I wouldn't give this to? I wouldn't give this to Loudy McBean that keeps coming in to yell about buying the same shit over and over again. You know what also makes me laugh? When people are like, oh, I need the 1 gram joints. I can only have a 1 gram joint. And you're like, what? But like, that one's 3 half grams. It's still 1.5 grams. Just smoke 3 of them. Like, if you're smoking a 1 gram joint, you know how long that takes? The same amount of time if it's in 2 joints. Doesn't matter. It's the same. It's the same. All you gotta do is smoke 1, maybe have some water, smoke the other one if you need a whole gram. Like, why are you just sitting there caning back 1 full gram? You don't need, the size of joint doesn't matter. If you like that weed and you could get it in a 1 gram or you can get it in 3.5 grams, 3 half grams, it doesn't fucking matter, dude. It's the same weed. It'll still get you high. It'll still take the same amount of time. Yeah, but it's the convenience, bro, of just smoking it in 1. I don't have to put it out. Well, that's fucking ridiculous. Don't you ever want water or a drink or like a second? That's all I'm saying. And why do we as men also put up with these like stupid ideas of, well, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm too good for it. Like, no, you're not. You are not too good to shovel some shit it's perfectly fine. You can handle it. We've all done it. Like, get over yourself. You know, no one should try to like cause ruckus at a place of work because they have to clean up after themselves. Are you fucking kidding me? What do you do at home? Who do you get mad at there? You're like, I don't want to do the dishes. Fuck you, house. Like, I don't think so, Tim. You know? Yeah. Sometimes I don't understand dudes, and I'm a fucking dude. Like, because these are seemingly, maybe not like super well off people, but they're seemingly like decent people. They're just lacking certain fucking social cues that, like, good luck, see you later, not gonna happen, you know? You're never gonna get in with a group if you act like that. I don't think. I think that if you're buying weed, you should start buying weed based on wanting to learn more about yourself. Start buying some fucking weed that's gonna help you think about how to better interact. Stop showing fucking people dick pics of other dudes' dicks. Stop showing people fucking pictures of your girl's tits. Like, what are you thinking, you dummies? I don't understand people. But I'm fascinated by them. Because, like, the only reason that any of these things are realistically a problem, okay, is just because of the way that the life that we live is constructed. Here's a high moment. So we have to follow morals, rules, guidelines, all that shit. When realistically, if you've taken any kind of psychedelic, you would know that none of this shit matters, bro. It's just the confine in which we can perceive what we are and how we do it, as far as I'm concerned. I know that sounds crazy. And I'm not saying it to like say that we're, you know, a simulation or any of that shit. I'm just saying that if you really think outside the box of society and how humans are, there's got to be other ways to develop our society and, you know, keep moving forward without, or in a different fashion than has been established, right? So like the way we operate as a society, I'm sure there's other ways to do it that would actually work just as well or maybe even better. But we're in it for, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. This weed is starting to set in. It's good. I do recommend it. I would say buy it. Okay, what was I trying to say? I was trying to say that I feel like in the grand scheme of things, the things you have to do in daily life based on how our society operates, okay, are things that you should just not concern yourself with. Like, it shouldn't be a big deal. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to do it. But at the same time, there's a ironic element to it, because I feel like there's another way to do things, and that all of this stuff really doesn't matter. Like this, like the quest for money, jobs, all that shit. I just think it's not necessarily, I don't think it's necessary. You know, it's just been set up that way, so now it has to be that way. Wow, I got really off topic with that. And I don't even think it made sense, because I'm just getting high now. Like, really high. Like, this is really good. I'm very surprised by it. All right. You know what? Those are my thoughts off the stem for this week. I hope you enjoyed the sesh. I hope you come back next week, joining me, Justin Barone, on Thoughts Off the Stem on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor, Good Pods, Podbean, Pandora, everywhere. And you go to tots420.com to get all those links. I am stoned, bro. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the sesh. Until next time, Well, here we go. Keep your lids low, baby. Dude, that's a good match. That's a really good match. Yeah.
Lots of this stand for the neighborhood party.
Right on.